All right, what's up, guys? So, streaming live from Magome in the Kiso Valley of Japan. It's northwest of Tokyo. It's about 3 hours northwest. I spent the night here, and I'm about to head back to Tokyo. I figured I'd do a quick live stream. It is really pretty here. I'm at the top of Magome. Actually, you can go up a little bit higher, but see, there's some hikers there. But basically, there's two towns. This is Magome, and the other one's Sumogo. And there's an ancient trail created back in a long time ago. The trail that's in now was built in the 1600s, and you can hike the trail between the two cities and look at a lot of traditional classic Japanese architecture. And so I'm gonna flip this now. Oops, not like that. Anyway, so I'm gonna head down through the Magome, kind of show you around the town and stuff. It is really cool. Oops, can't go that way. All right, so I bought some sake made here in the town, and it's from Kiso Valley rice. So I had some at dinner, and it was pretty good. Oops. All right. There's just a huge bus with a lot of school children that got off here, and I think they went into the city. Let's switch this so this is easier. So one of the coolest things here is throughout all of these towns, they have water running on the side of the street. That I think it's used for irrigation and all the plants and stuff they have here that they're growing. Oops. All right. I don't know what this is, but it's there's a bench there, but none of this is in English. A lot of the signs here actually are posted in English, though. It's a very popular tourist destination. The hotel or Ryokan I stayed in last night was all Europeans. I was the only American, but there weren't any Japanese there. And there's also Chinese translations. So yeah, here's the water I was talking about, and this runs all the way down to the bottom. And I see a lot of people using it to cool off and pour on their face and stuff, so I guess it's clean. What was that? I'll move here. Yeah, it's gorgeous. I don't know what language they were speaking. A lot of the shops... Yeah, it rained this morning, actually. Here, I'll show you. See, as you can see, there's clouds over there. It was raining this morning when I woke up at 5:30. It was a really gentle rain, so I think most of it's passed. No, I haven't come across any Americans here, actually. They've all been European. A lot of British and a lot of Spanish people, but no Americans. In the hotel I was staying in last night, I was the only American. And then there was a British family, a British couple that I was sitting with, and I talked to them. They're pretty interesting people. And then there was a lot of Spanish people in there, and there was one woman from Greece. So as you can see, the shops are just now opening. It's about 9:30 here. Konnichiwa. And this is like going under some kind of renovation, I suppose, because there's a building there. And it says Horata, slow life, slow house. So maybe it's going to be a ryokan or an inn or something. I don't know. There's a lot of souvenir shops, a lot of places to buy ice cream and mochi. A lot of street food. There's a good amount of restaurants too. This says fire system. There's goldfish in there, big goldfish. What's your favorite spot you've been? This might be it. It's extremely peaceful. It's very traditional Japanese architecture. It's historically very important. Really cool. Another really cool thing here along this hike is they have like these free Wi-Fi spots. How was the breakfast? The breakfast was awesome. It was delicious. So far, all the breakfasts I've eaten here in Japan, they serve fish, like grilled fish, which is pretty cool. They had trout today, and it was really good. It was really fresh. It tasted like it was just caught right out of the river. So yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite spots. I mean, Tokyo is awesome if you like big cities. I like big cities. So Tokyo is really cool. Hiroshima was also awesome. There's a lot to do in Hiroshima besides like the atomic bomb sites. So Mount Etna is the mountain here. You can't really see it though because of the clouds, but it is a really tall mountain. So I imagine people climb it. But there's tons and tons of flowers here. It's very peaceful and pretty. A lot of shops. And there's the school kids I was talking about. Oh, what happened to my brightness? Is it better than Colorado trout? I couldn't honestly say because I haven't had like fresh caught Colorado trout in some time. I'm sure it's probably about the same. But I mean, it tasted like they caught it this morning, which I don't know if they did, but it was really fresh. So here they have museums. I don't think this one's open. I snuck in there for a little bit yesterday before it closed. And this is the post office. No, it's not. Sorry. I don't know what this is. This isn't the post office. It looks like it's another souvenir shop. This is some kind of restaurant, so we can see they got coffee, iced coffee, juices. See, there's ice cream. Ice cream is really popular here. Almost every place, even the like souvenir shops, sell ice cream. So they have soba here, udon, a lot of noodles. And see, almost everything here, and they have shaved ice too, which I bet is really good. But almost everywhere here has English translations. Did you buy some souvenirs? I bought a couple fans, and I bought this sake that's made here. It's a local brewed, made using the rice from Kiso Valley. I had some at dinner last night, and it was really good. So let's get past these school children. Hi, konnichiwa. How are you?
Where I'm from. どこから来ました？どこから来ましたか？
わかりません。
わかりませんって。
Hi, konnichiwa. Colorado, Denver, Denver, Colorado, USA, America. Yes. Hi.
ミックスアメリカ、アメリカ、アメリカ、アメリカ。
はいはい。
聞くのは失礼でしょ。
I'm 21. 21? 21. Hi.
20何歳
Trip. Are you on a trip?
Hi, yes, yes.
I want to go. なんだって I want to go. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. What's the, okay, so now I'm reading the chat. Are you going to drink that on the train? I don't know. I'd have to find a cup or something. I believe that this is, last night it was served cold, so I imagine it is supposed to be served cold. Here's another liquor shop. They also have local brewed beers. I didn't try those though, because I'm not a beer drinker. Anyways, let's go back to the live chat, sorry. All right, so what is the best ramen you've had? Probably in Tokyo, in Shibuya. I forgot the name of it. It's about a mile from the Shibuya station, but it was really good. They have tons of different, very unique ramen. That's like where I had the fried chicken ramen. They have all kinds of different flavors that you wouldn't normally see. Yeah. So one thing here is people are very friendly. So when I was hiking the trail and going along the highway, because part of the trail goes along the highway, a Japanese couple pulled over, and they must have been in their 50s, and they asked me if I wanted a ride to Magome. So people here are extremely friendly. Any girlfriends yet? No girlfriends yet. But people in Japan are super friendly, like those group of school kids. Oh, so I walked past it. I was gonna stop here. I was getting distracted by the chat. So this is this is where I stayed. It's called the Takimaya, and it is very nice. It's a lot bigger on the inside than it looks on the outside. It goes really far back in there. Traditional onsen dining room. Food was out of this world. The best food I've had here by far. Sushi. The rice was really good. I mean, it's all local, from local areas. And as I was reading online, a lot of the food, because I didn't know a lot of it what it was, and a lot of the food is just specific to the Kiso Valley. So you wouldn't find it elsewhere in Japan. But it was very good. How was the onsen? It was cool. It was really hot, really hot. It was hard to get used to, but it was cool. I mean, you shower before and then you get in, and it was really cool though. As you can see, another little shop, and they sell chopsticks. And again, like, they sell ice cream. Every shop here sells ice cream. And I found at least in Japan, it seems like in anywhere you go, you can find ice cream, which is kind of cool. So I've been eating a lot of matcha ice cream here. All right. So if I keep going down, I don't think I'm going to keep going down because I wanted to do a little bit of shopping before I left. But I bought some fans and in the Sakia souvenirs so far. Not much else. They have the gatos, the wooden sandals that Japanese men wear. A lot of the places do. So this is like, so over there is a baseball field, it looks like, and what is probably the school. I have seen a few schoolboys walking down, like, and they're 16, 17 years oldish. But for the most part, it's a really small town. Now to the west of here is a really big town. What was that? Sorry, I gotta do this again. How old are the people, the owners? It looked like the owners of the Ryokan. So this is really cool. So the owners of the Ryokan, I think, I'd say they're in their 50s or 60s. They are very nice. But so the hotel I stayed in was built in the 1880s. It's over 130 years old. And the land there has been owned through 8 generations of that family, running an inn. And from what I can understand, I was trying to ask the gentleman when I was checking out, you know, 8 generations is a long time. And from what I can understood, is the original ryokan they tore down during the Meiji Restoration. For whatever reason, they rebuilt the ryokan that is there now. And it's undergone a lot of restoration efforts though in the last couple decades because the Japanese government. So this is more like the back area where people live, I suppose. But and there's like so there's a famous Japanese poet buried over there, if you can see those graves. Don't know his, I forget his name, but he's a very famous Japanese poet from the early 1900s. So the Kiso Trail, so Kiso Valley became an important route in the 700s from the signs I was reading, 700s AD, used as a connection between West and East Japan. And then it really grew into prominence though when Tokugawa came to power and established the capital of Japan in Edo, which is modern day Tokyo. So when the shogun established the capital in Tokyo, it became a vital route that connected Kyoto and Tokyo because the emperor continued to live in Kyoto until 1868. And so it was very important to have this route between the two cities. So like a lot of the trail and stuff, they've tried to, is it mostly elderly people that run the shops? Hold on, let me read. So yes, it is mostly elderly people that run the shops. There's one woman I think probably in her mid-30s, so she's not that old, that runs a shop. Could you find a teaching job there? I don't know. Again, there is a school over there. Oh, another really cool thing, when I was hiking the trail, it's like there's a lot of people that live on the trail, and one of these houses, I took a picture of it. This guy had a golfing range off his back porch, and he had a huge net set up. So he'd hit the golf balls into the net, and they'd fall into this like catcher that had the water running through it. How I talked about how they have the water running on the side of the mountain. And he had water running through here that collected the golf balls and brought it back to his house. It was really cool. I took a picture of it. I'll have to send it to you guys. But that was really cool. Golf is super popular here in Japan, I found. There's not many golf courses though, but I've seen a lot of Japanese girls carrying their golf clubs around Tokyo. And what they're going to the roofs of a lot of buildings that have driving ranges, and you just hit balls into nets. And so golf is really popular here, even though there's a lot of golf courses, but almost all of them are private and they're really expensive. Because, you know, there's just not very much land here to build golf courses on like there is in the US. But like in Shibuya, there's a giant golf store. It just says golf on it. And they have all kinds of clubs and golf balls and stuff like that. Just like PGA Superstore or something in America. Have you done any nightlife things? I've been to like Shibuya and Shinjuku at night. I haven't been to they're called izakari, which are those really small Japanese bar that only sit like 10 people. I plan to do that eventually, but I've actually, I've been going to bed relatively early. I've been going to bed relatively early just because I'm still like on Denver time. Like I can't sleep past 6 a.m. here. Like the one night I stayed up late, went to like bed at 11:30. I still woke up at 5:30. So I think it's just because my internal clock is telling me it's time to get up by 5:36, which is about 2 o'clock Denver time. Live chat. Because you walk 80 miles a day or because... Oh yeah, I've been walking, so I looked it up. I've been averaging about 12 miles a day. The first full day I was here, I walked like 20 miles. But I've been averaging about 12 miles a day. I know Spain is very involved in the nightlife. So in Japan, the nightlife is, well, it's, I mean, it depends on what you're looking for. So like the most popular nightlife in Japan are these, and there's a lot of nightclubs with like hip hop and, you know, that kind of stuff. That's really popular in like Tokyo. But another really popular thing to do in Japan is the izakari, which are these really tiny bars on streets. And there's no examples here, but basically they sit about, you know, 6 to 10 people, and you go in, you order a drink, and you order some food, and you just talk with whoever's in there. And apparently they're a lot of fun. But I haven't been to one yet. I've seen them, and they're always crowded. So don't skip the girl golfers. Maybe, we'll see once school starts. How about that? But I know, so that's the nightlife here in Japan. Again, there's a lot of nightclubs, at least in Tokyo there are, especially in Shibuya, because Shibuya is a very, you know, it's where popular culture originates out of. So of course they're gonna have nightclubs and that sort of thing. You can see it's getting more crowded now. And then here's, I've seen these everywhere. These are cigarette vending machines, where you can get, cigarettes. Because smoking is very common here in Japan. Despite how healthy the Japanese people are, they actually, they smoke a lot. So that's one exception. And then all throughout Tokyo, there's these gigantic smoking areas. Because you're not allowed to really smoke just on the streets. You have to go to the smoking areas. And there's a gigantic one in Shibuya, and there's always, you know, like hundreds of people there just smoking. It's pretty insane. And even like a lot of hotels now, like the hotel I'm staying in back in Tokyo, they have smoking rooms where you're allowed to smoke in the room, and then they have non-smoking rooms. So, do they have beer vending? So I've only seen one beer vending machine. I should have took a picture. I was actually in my hotel. There was a beer vending machine that it had like different types of beer, and it also had like lemonade and stuff in it as well. So they were eating shaved ice. What was that? Sorry. Thanks, Peter. So this is the post office. So you can get Totoro bags. Totoro is super popular in Japan, as you might expect. But like, they have Totoro stamps, Totoro bags at the post office, which is kind of cool. I'm gonna set this down for a second. Oh, another thing here, there's a cat. I don't know if you can see him. He's on that back porch there. Can you see it? Hope that didn't make the screen go black. But another thing about this town, there's cats everywhere. Especially at night. They just run around, and they're pretty crazy. So a lot of the shops are opening up now. So I think I'm gonna go and do some shopping and get some food and stuff. But I'll end it over here. Again, ice cream everywhere. Like, okay, no black screen this time. Okay, good. But yeah, see, there's street food everywhere, so it's really cool. Anyways, guys, I'll talk to you later. I'll keep in touch, obviously. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll see you later.